Hi everyone, so I'm currently at the Hermes on the Wings of Hermes, a poetic and cinematic performance in Hong Kong Kowloon Center. Let me show you the venue. So there is the billboard, and you can kind of see this is the building. And there's supposed to be a bunch of performances inside, so really looking forward to watching all the mini performances. And today I am wearing my mini Kelly for this event, so I'm really excited to watch the Hermes event with my Hermes mini Kelly.
The first likeness was found in a small village named Mundo, which means upside down world. The foal had followed a long winding path for kilometers. It had heard that there is on earth a specific point, a place, a space, in a simple village at the end of a simple road, behind a simple mountain, where at a certain time of a certain day of a certain month of each year, gravity reversed itself. Nobody knows why, but that's how it is. Everything must be fastened by strong chains, cars and wheelbarrows, cows, calves, dogs, hens, and rabbits. And with all this, the people too must expect to be suddenly so light that a simple puff can carry them away. Above all, you must not forget anything, or else you will need to climb. This is the likeness of inversion. It is a very rare likeness. When to take flight, you need to be heavy. When to hold on, you need to let go. To move forward, you need to stay still. It is the song of silence. It is the clearness of the night. It is the lightness of a fall upwards when, for one moment, the sky becomes the ground. The second likeness happened in a very short season that lasts only 3 nights. The second foal crossed an inland sea. There were waves as tall as trees. There were currents as strong as 50 horses. It was lifted, crushed, rolled 100 times before passing through the very short season. It is during this season that at nightfall, when all is dark and calm, the gloves you thought were put away nicely migrate in groups. When the weather starts to become too hot, the gloves take off for cooler climes where they know they will be of use. glove is sociable, and his greatest fear is being alone. Large gloves and small gloves, young gloves and adult gloves, male and female gloves will travel thousands of kilometers on a dangerous journey, achieving lightness by flapping their fingers. When aloft they will pass all that is weightless. A cloud, a bird, a petal, a memory. This is the lightness of travel of the countries we cross without stopping. It is the taste of the first snow on the tip of your tongue, the ripple of a breeze on the calm water of the sea. It is the lightness of the sun returning after a long absence from behind the clouds. Third lightness was not visible to the naked eye. The third foal preferred to fall asleep. It had told itself that the best journeys were those you made at night within yourself. to have gotten back up, to have fallen again. In a dream as light as the tread of a very timid cat, as the breeze of an inconspicuous bird, as the weight of a cloud that would be the dream cloud of another cloud, falling hurts nobody, and danger does not exist, and so everything is permitted, and everything always ends well. It is the lightness that hides in the great circus of the imagination. Far, very far. What is big and what is small? Is this near or indeed far? There is that which seems real but is false, and that which seems false but is real. That which can only be real but which is nonetheless false, and that which is absolutely false but which is real all the same. Reality hides in the fissures of the senses, in the fragility of perception, in the giddiness of doubt, in the lightness of uncertainty. Beauty is in this line between what you think you see and what you can imagine, between the unimaginable and the astounding. This is the lightness of the unimaginable, of all that does not exist but which is there, nevertheless. It is the lightness of a blue just before night, of the pink just before day. It is the wind just before it blows. It is the voice just before it speaks. It is a dream just after awakening. It is a memory just after a departure. Just before it speaks. It is a dream just after awakening. It is a memory. The fifth likeness was hiding in the rasp of a voice. The foal had found it and galloped for so long that it would have liked to have rested its little hoofs. And then, at the end of its journey, it discovered the opera. It was a famous opera, a libretto for great voices, sopranos and baritones, altos with voices as light as milk froth, basses with voices as heavy as a pouring of cement. They became angry presto. They recommenced the aria with a coda that starts allegro, a little trip on the B, a larger one on the F sharp, as they moved into a crescendo. This is the lightness of the voice, delicate as an awakening bird, deep as the trembling earth, soft as a creeping rapid, clear and piercing as melted ice or muffled like the hand of a child playing with sand on a beach on a beautiful summer's day. The sixth lightness came from the other side. The foal dug a hole with its hoofs. It dug for so long that it arrived to the other side of the world. And the other side of the world was a large carpet of moss scattered with flowers which stretched to infinity. He loved her. She loved him. He had never told her, neither she him. He wanted to tell her. She wanted to hear it. They had walked a few steps, heart heavy and throat tight. And then he had spoken to her. The wind had got up and everything had flown away. This lightness is the noise of your footsteps on the stairs, and 1 moment later, your skin against mine. The lightness of the grass underfoot, the sand between your fingers, a breath on your neck. It is the smell of clean laundry, the laugh of a child at play, a caress of your hair. Ja, we mensen de beste worden. Ik heb scherp mal worden we over zijn galaxy sin. Verleden, redden was alone, redden was alone. Boven, here's the zo dat we hier met de nieuwste ja, wanneer je wil ook niet, dit was 5 jaar, dat is gedaan. Je stemmen, loop snel niet. Ja, maar hier was het naar zeggen. Ja, ze was wat ze doen. Sabbath now feels true. Assurance they say no. Here's Pastor Sherlock say. Server little hearts in the door with the name that you wailers no sour receive fun nothing. Snow catch the light division years no there's no wolf. Ja, server it. Nice van hier gebeurt nog zo zijn ja, samen met de vesten. The seventh and last lightness was under a grain of sand in a reverse time. The foal wondered where it would reach if it galloped backwards. It thought a lovely surprise would certainly await it at the end of the road that is traveled in reverse. Does time have a trajectory? What is its direction? Where do we find the past? Where does the future reside? The present is only a light, intangible, immaterial, non-existent idea floating in equilibrium in a white space between the memory of what was and the dream of what will be. And all is still there, and all is already there. In a universe that at the same time exists and does not exist. the likeness of what we were no longer expecting, but which happens anyway. The likeness of what we thought had disappeared, but which we find again, of what we thought had left, but which had not.
So that was so fantastic and very high-end and classy, and like no other experience I have experienced for a luxury event. So I highly recommend this event if they're in your town. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.
Do